All right. Now, when I mention high-tech gardening, you might picture something like this, people in space growing vegetables or something a little closer to home. In fact, these right here were grown right in my kitchen. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jamie Haakons, and today I want to present to you my invention, the auto garden. What I'm going to talk about today is what you're buying with the auto garden, the motivation behind developing it, little product background, the development of this prototype right here, looking at the big picture, and then going over the economics of a product like this. So first and foremost, what you're buying with the auto garden is just 4 years of research and development I've put into this. It is a fully automated home garden with massive capabilities. This unit replaces about 60 square feet of outdoor garden space, provides you year-round, has automated nutrient dosing, high-powered spectrum-targeted lighting, and a mobile interface so you can control the parameters with your cell phone. I know. So the motivation, I heard a chuckle there. I think, yeah. Why did I make this? Not hard to believe. It's pretty awesome. So some driving factors I saw out there. Local produce supply is limited at best, even in a major metropolitan area, which means produce has to be shipped in from elsewhere, often tropical climates. This is not very sustainable. Organic and pesticide-free produce is expensive and hard to find, and GMOs are very common in our diet. Climate and season affect anyone who wants to supply their own produce. And I found the market's completely void of products that fit this band. So how did I make all this happen? Well, I wanted to be able to supply a small family. I did that. 2 weeks hands-off capability so you can go on vacation. Minimal experience required. Mobile interface. Has to be cost-effective. Has to be power efficient. And mostly, we need to be able to get this thing to people who need it most, so it's designed to be modular and ships flat. So how did I make all this happen? Well, first and foremost, hydroponics. Show of hands. Who knows what hydroponics is? Good, there's a few of you. Okay, for those who don't, hydroponics is plant production not requiring soil. Instead, plants are fed with a nutrient-concentrated solution. It's the method of cultivation used on the space shuttle and for Mars experiments. And I chose it for the same reason NASA did. You get huge production in small spaces. Plants grow faster, larger, and stronger. Use up to 98% less water than traditional outdoor soil farming. And it permits for the production of agriculture in otherwise completely unsuitable climates. Now, a few arguments I always hear. Pesticide use, rarely needed indoors. And when you do need it, organic solutions are good enough. I've actually made a pesticide with hot peppers I grew in this garden. Artificial lighting, plants are really dumb. They don't know what kind of light they're getting. All they know is the right light, and I'll explain more about that later. And as for nutrients, the organically based nutrients that this is designed to use have no off flavors and actually, I think, taste better than most produce you buy, but of course, I'd think that. Now, there's a couple things on the market already, literally 2 things on the market that deal with hydroponics. There's the AeroGarden by Miracle-Gro and the Urban Cultivator, which was developed here in Vancouver. These products both lack the same thing. Control and automation, virtually none. Production capabilities, they're both small. They're not very affordable. You'll never offset the startup cost of what it costs to buy and install these units. And growth variety. They're only made to grow herbs and microgreens. No heads of lettuce, no vegetables, nothing bigger than microgreens. So how did I make all this work? I know it's a tall order. As you can see here, it's kind of deconstructed because this is prototype 3 going into prototype 4. There's the aluminum frame, the growth channels, the LED panels, the nutrient tanks, and the control system on the table right beside it so you can see it. The brains of the control system is the Arduino Mega, which controls the irrigation and artificial sunlight cycle of the unit. It also incorporates water quality sensors and feedback to automate dosing of nutrients and regulates the pH. Has fault sensing and corrective measures, so if one of the channels floods, it'll shut the pumps off and send you a little message to your phone. And it also hosts the interface so you can adjust all of this easily. Now here's the system right here. You can see at the top there is the auto garden, and there's a little X2 up there. There's 2 complete systems in here. You can have 2 separate stages of growth simultaneously. You can have your vegetative growth, like your lettuce and herbs, and you can have flowering growth, like strawberries, peppers, and tomatoes, in the same unit. It controls the nutrient supply, the feeding up to the growth channels, as well as the cooling system, which keeps this nutrient solution at the perfect temperature for hydroponic production. The spectrum-targeted LEDs are 3-watt high-powered LEDs at about 100 watts per panel, mounted onto aluminum plates for heat diffusion, and they're vital for the power efficiency of this unit. Spectrum targeted. Might be confusing. I got it. So the spectrum analysis, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B have noticeable peaks in deep blue and deep red. As you can see here, the cool blue looks actually quite blue. This is a spectrum analysis of these cool white LEDs that I used here. They have a nice little peak here in our visible range. They still look white, but most of their power output is actually outside of our visible range, but the plants see it. It is peaked exactly where chlorophyll A and B need it most. So really good for efficiency. The user interface is mobile, so it's all through your cell phone. It's only developed with Android right now. I will expand to iPhone and Windows eventually, but Android was easiest. Now the big picture, how do I think this product might change the world? Well, society. We can get quality produce to people who need it most, people up north and in remote places that it's like $20 for a head of lettuce in winter, if you can get it at all. Reduce the intake of GMOs and pesticides in our diet. Promotes home cooking by putting fresh herbs and vegetables at your fingertips. And encourages the sharing of knowledge. I'd like to set up a database online so customers can share their settings and their experience to help each other out. Environmental benefits. We're big on this at BCIT. Sustainability. The system we have now is not sustainable. We need to reduce fossil fuel consumption by reducing our need for greenhouses and transporting produce from across the planet. We can alleviate drought by using these methods that use up to 98% less fresh water, and lower the strain on the global agricultural system, hopefully reducing starvation in tropical countries where they choose to sell their expensive produce to us instead of consuming it themselves. Now cost. You look at this, doesn't look cheap. Might surprise you. This unit costs about $7 a month to run. That's in a combination of electricity and the nutrients, and can supply about $80 a month in produce. Not hard to imagine when you think of the price of those little packets of fresh herbs and strawberries and tomatoes in winter. Very, very expensive. That's a net savings of $73 a month. Now, from the talks I've had with the industry, getting quotes and estimates from manufacturers, I can sell and make money off of a unit selling for $1,500 to $2,500. Being an engineer, I'd probably aim for the higher end because I like pretty stuff that works well. But even at that lower end, I would still provide lower end models with the same production, just wouldn't look as nice. Even at that high end, less than 3 years, this unit can pay itself off and is growing you free vegetables. Now, I'm very proud of this project. I've worked on it for years. And I honestly, truly believe in my heart that systems like this, if not mine, are the future of gardening. Thank you very much.